Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today let's solve the problem of carpooling. So it's a Leetcode medium level question. Now this question has been asked in various companies in the interviews. As you can see from this list, it has been asked in companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, as well as various good startups like Expedia, ClearTrip, and so on. So let's understand what this problem is saying. So as per the problem statement goes, there is a car which has a capacity which basically denotes how many empty seats the car actually contains. Now we are being given a list of trips where each array in the trips denotes the number of passengers and the distance for which the passenger is traveling from by using two integers, that is from I and to I, right? And we are supposed to find whether the car would be able to accommodate all the passengers in their respective journeys or not, right? So again, it's a very similar question to the one which we solved yesterday only, that is the meeting rooms 2. I would be attaching the link of that video in the description so that you can also go through that video to understand the concept a bit more better, right? So let's go with the first example, and let's try to analyze why the answer is false for this, right? So we are being given the trips as 215, that is the first person. The first trip would be consisting of two persons, and and they would be traveling from coordinate 1 to coordinate 5. Similarly, for the second trip, there would be a total of 3%, and they would be traveling from coordinate 3 to coordinate 7. And we are being given that the car is having a maximum capacity of 4, right? So just like previously, we would be visualizing this entire problem with the help of a number line. So let's say my x coordinate represent the distance, right? And we are being given that the first trip would start at 1 and it would be ending at distance 5, correct? And how many person would get up at the first coordinate, that is 2. And similarly, at the index 5, which is their destination, we would be having 2 less persons, correct? Similarly, for the next trip, we would be there would be 3 persons more at index at the position 3, correct? Wait just a second. All right, so there would be an addition of 3 person at index 3, and they would be dropping off at the index 7. Now similarly, if we are supposed to find the total number of persons, or the maximum number of persons in this time slices, we can see that in between the time interval 3 and 5 there are 5 persons, right? That is 2 persons would get up at the distance 1, and 3 persons and 3 more persons would get up at index 3, correct? So overall there would be 5 persons in between the journey between 3 and 5, but our car is having a maximum capacity of 4. So we cannot accommodate all the persons who are coming in, and hence our answer would be and we will be returning false in this case, right? Now let's consider the second example. Now the second example is having a similar trip as the first example, but as you can see, the capacity is 5, right? So as we have seen in the first example, since we were having a maximum of 5 people who were coming in, and since we were having a maximum capacity as 4 in the first example, we were not able to accommodate all the persons. But since we are having a capacity of 5 in the second example, we are able to accommodate all the persons and we are having our output as true in this case, right? So to solve this problem we would be similarly following the approach which we followed yesterday. That is, we would be maintaining an ordered map where the key would represent the range at, I mean the time interval at which the person, time interval or the x coordinate at which the person is coming in, and its value would represent, would either be a positive or negative. Now the if it is positive, it would represent that x number of persons are coming in at that distance, and if it is negative, it would represent that the passengers are exiting from our car, right? Now similarly we would be calculating the cumulative distances or the cumulative sum over the x-axis or over the time range at which the persons, at which the events are happening. And if we find out that our maximum cumulative sum happens to be more than the capacity, we would be returning false in that case, correct? So as yesterday, we would be maintaining an unordered map which would represent our card trips, correct? Now we would be iterating over this trips array. So yeah, now each trip actually contains its passenger number of passengers, the starting point and the ending point, right? So to represent this in our card trip, as I have already told that I would be adding the number of passengers when they are entering into our car. So how can we represent that is, it would be just this thing. So trip 1 represent the starting point at which the persons are entering or the passengers are entering our car, and trip 0 basically represents how many persons are entering our car, right? Similarly, for the other index, what we will be doing is we would be subtracting those number of passengers from our trip. All right. Now what we would be doing is we would be finding the cumulative sum, or let's say total passengers, in our car. And how can we do that? We can do that by iterating over the map which represents the x-axis and the number of passengers, right? So to do that, we would be just let's have it, yeah, it's just equal to p dot second. Now p dot second is basically the value of the map with respect to each and every keys. Now if the total passengers happens to be more than our capacity, we would be returning false. That is, we cannot accommodate this scenario, and if this condition never arises, we would be returning true. Alright, now let's quickly submit this code to see if it is working as expected. I hope so it would be working as expected. Let's just try to run it. Leetcode seems to have changed this UI a bit, and I think they have refactored it nicely. So yeah, so the code is running as per expected. Let's just submit the code, and so yeah, this code got accepted. So yes, so that's it about the video. So this problem also represented also uses the concept of line sweep algorithm. So this is a very interesting algorithm, and it can be used to solve many questions related to this, and also few hard problems like skyline problems, meeting rooms 3, which I will be describing in further videos. So that's it for this video. Let's see tomorrow. Thank you.